Good morning, Carmel. I'm Charles Lee Jr.
And I'm Jaden Hampton. It's an A-Day, and today's weather is cloudy with a high of 65 and a low of 40, with rain possible and storms later in the day.
Why did the Oreo go to the dentist?
Why?
Because the host it is feeling. Ha ha ha. Now for some announcements. The bookstore will be closed today and next Monday, so please plan accordingly.
Congratulations to Carmel's mock trial team for taking 4th place in a field of 26 teams at the Lake County Invitational, held at the Waukegan Courthouse on Saturday. In addition to the outstanding team showing, Carmel tied for the most individual awards won by any team. Sophomore Kaylin Albanese and senior Ethan Carvalho won Outstanding Witness Awards, while junior Noah Wiedemann and senior Kaylin Drabinski won Outstanding Attorney Awards. Wish the team luck as they head to Springfield for the State Invitational on Saturday, March 14th and Sunday, March 15th.
A few notes from the school nurse. UV exposure increases in the springtime, so be sure to wear sunscreen daily, even if it's cloudy. March is also beginning of allergy season for most people, so be sure to take care of yourself, limit your time outside, and know how to recognize your symptoms.
As World Languages Week comes to an end, we celebrate our Chinese and Vietnamese students.
Đại học.
In Chinese we say 大学.
Vận động.
In Chinese we say 运动.
Học sinh.
In Chinese we say 学生.
恭喜发财.
Good morning, Carmel. I'm Gabby Malley. This is Alex Delgado. We're going to talk about boys volleyball today.
Yep.
So, boys volleyball, they were looking at the stats from the National Federation of High Schools, and boys volleyball is officially the fastest growing sport in the country right now. It's up over 50% in the last few years, and 12% just last year alone.
Yeah, actually, it's a pretty fast-growing sport, so it's fast-paced, and if you aren't playing a spring sport yet, of course there's track and everything else, but, I've always had fun playing volleyball. It's, honestly, the best sport you can play.
Mm-hmm. So, Alex, how long have you been playing volleyball, and would you recommend it to younger athletes?
So I've been playing since my 8th grade year, but I don't really count that, so I'd say freshman year I started, playing, actual school volleyball, and I recommend it to everyone. I feel like it's a sport for everyone, either tall or small like me. You could be in the back or in the front. And it's actually, people might think it's just a bunch of jumping around and stuff like that, but you're jumping hundreds of times at practice. It's the best way to increase your vertical and lateral quickness, so stay in shape.
It's about being a well-rounded athlete.
Yeah, well-rounded.
Yes, you don't want to be just a one-sport guy.
Yeah.
Yes. So freshmen and sophomores especially, they're looking for younger players.
Yeah, we need you guys. We want you for the younger guys, so please let us know.
Tryouts begin this coming Monday at 3:30 in the Saudi Gym. Anyone interested needs to be registered and have a current physical, so that's a doctor's appointment, on file.
Yep.
And they have 3 teams competing this season.
Yeah, 3 of them. So we got freshmen, JV, and varsity. And if you got questions, you can come to me or some the other seniors, or any coaches like Mr. Fitz, Miss Orth, Miss Beagle, or Mr. Allen. He's always there. And if you don't have to have any experience, trust me, I went in there not knowing anything. So just show up and work. And please show up, guys. Please, we need players for volleyball. Please, guys, please.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show,
thank you, Gabby.
Alex.
Thanks for having me.
Back to the studio. Hi, I'm Gabby Malley, and this is a special World Language Week Round the Roundabout. How many languages do you speak?
One very well, and then I speak an incredible Spanglish.
Thank you so much. Spanish or French class?
Spanish.
Woo! Spanish or French class?
French.
How many languages do you speak?
Well, 2.5.
Nice. Thank you so much. Class at Carmel.
Spanish class.
Hey, Spanish or French class?
Spanish.
Spanish or French class at Carmel?
French.
Woo!
One, two, three,
4? How about you, Andrew?
I only speak one, but I'm okay at French.
Spanish or French class at Carmel? French?
French, français.
Wonderful. Spanish or French?
French.
Nice. Miss Harrison, how many languages do you speak?
Oh gosh, 1.
Good. How many languages do you speak?
About 3.
3 languages? And Spanish or French class at Carmel?
French.
Spanish or French class at Carmel?
Spanish.
Great. Spanish or French class at Carmel?
Spanish.
Wonderful. How many languages do you speak? 2. Wonderful. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Michael, how many languages do you speak?
3. I speak 3 languages.
What languages do you speak?
I speak English, Spanish, and French.
Great. Allie, Spanish or French class at Carmel?
French.
Wonderful. All right. Spanish or French class at Carmel?
French.
Yay! Spanish or French class at Carmel? I take Spanish.
I take French, so French. Spanish.
And how many languages do you all speak? 1.5.
Like 1. 1.
Here we go. How many languages do you speak, Mrs. Barnes?
Unfortunately, well, I took Latin when I was here in high school, but English probably the only one. Oh, good. That's really sort of question.
All right. Spanish or French class at Carmel?
Spanish.
Wonderful. All we needed. Great. How many languages do you speak?
2.
Which languages?
I speak English and Lithuanian.
Wonderful. Nehemiah, Spanish or French class at Carmel?
Spanish.
Great. Spanish or French class at Carmel?
French.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's all for Round the Roundabout. I'm Gabby Malley. Now back to CDN News.
What a great video, Gabby. Now it's time for This Day in History. Today's This Day in History comes from Thomas Smith, so let's see what history interests them. The Battle of Alamo comes to an end in 1986. The Bayer patents aspirin in 1999. The Madrid Football Club is founded and would become an actual in Real Madrid in 2002. George Melenkov becomes chairman of the USSR. The Temptation song My Girl is #1 on the Billboard Pop Art. And foreign people were born. Michelangelo, the artist, Lou Costello, Bob Wiener, and Shaquille O'Neal.
We look forward to learning more interesting historical facts from the rest of Mrs. Donner's students.
And now we have current events. If you are flying soon with United Airlines, make sure you pack headphones. Starting February 27th, the airline says passengers who place audio out and from their phones, tablets, laptops, or any type of surface could face serious charges and consequences. The updated policy allows United to remove passengers from a flight, or even ban them from future travel with United if they refuse to use headphones. This rule comes as the airline expands onboard Wi-Fi through Starlink, which is expected to increase streaming during flights. If you forget your headphones, United says they will have some available on board. The message is simple. If you want to listen, bring your headphones.
A group of snowmobilers in New Hampshire saved a young moose. The snowmobilers were returning for lunch after zipping over the snow drifts that were 4 to 5 feet deep. They spotted a moose that was buried in the snow. They tried calling for help, but there wasn't any service. The snowmobilers then decided to dig away at the snow and save the buried moose. Eventually, they got the moose out, and it didn't get aggressive with them, and then was eventually able to walk again.
That's great. All Apple stores in the United Arab Emirates have closed as of February 28th. Regarding current conflicts, Apple's official store locator showed each scheduled to be open yesterday, but all 5 locations have been suspended to an undetermined date. No additional statements about the stores have been made as of this morning.
On Tuesday night, demonstrators gathered outside the Metropolitan Detention Center, Brooklyn, in New York City for a peaceful protest over the detention of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The protests included several social activism groups and British musician Brandon Rogers, who has been speaking out about the arrest. Rogers and other supporters claim the detention is politically motivated. Maduro and his wife were captured earlier this year and brought to the United States, where they now face federal charges related to drug trafficking and weapons offenses. Both have pleaded not guilty and remain in custody while awaiting further court proceedings.
Before we close the show, let's take a moment to acknowledge that this is our 100th show. CDN's 100th of the school year. That's right, folks. We are 100 today. For those trying to do math, that represents 45 more than it was until 45 days more until finals. Thanks for being there along the way as our valued viewers. We will continue to change and evolve to make sure that we reach the audience as greatly as possible. If you have anything you'd like to see more on CDN, don't be a stranger and feel free to reach out. That's all for today. I'm Charles B. Jr.
And I'm Jaden Hampton.
Have a wonderful weekend, Carmel.